Hey Gemini, seekers. I was thinking about, for some reason, I haven't seen it recently at all. It just came out of the blue and I started thinking about you guys. Um, about the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's, the classic one with Audrey Hepburn, and the best character there was Kat, in my view. She was living in a tiny studio apartment in New York, and she had a cat, a street cat, that constantly visited her, and she would feed. Eventually, it just became her cat, but she refused to name him because then he's hers and she's his, and she doesn't want to belong to anyone, and she doesn't want anyone to belong to her. So his name was Cat. A rose is a rose by any other name. If it's yours, whether you admit it or not, acknowledge it or not, name it or not. Temperance. Interesting. So here you have Yud He Vav He, which is Hebrew for Jehovah. Jehovah, it's not actually a name. It's 4 letters, Yud He Vav He, because we're not supposed to say the name of God, right? The frequency is too high. It's not something we're supposed to be doing out of reverence, out of respect, out of responsibility. So there are variations to the name. But just like a rose is a rose and the cat is her cat, however you call your God or your faith, it's yours. And maybe it's something very specific that gives you a structured path. And maybe it's something more amorphic and or eclectic that creates a zigzag in your path. A path is a path. And you're like, okay, Morgainne, great, but this has been 3 minutes of philosophy. Can you tell me what the next month is bringing because I'm having a headache? Jupiter is retrograding in your sign. Your polarity, which is what you symbolize as a Gemini, the twins. Your dualism is turning around, switching turns, switching places. Reversal of polarity. It is for the sake of balancing your polarity, of furthering the process of integration. Your third eye is not in your right lobe or your left lobe, it's in the pineal gland, right in the middle. A little pineal-shaped gland that represents our third eye, where the right lobe and the left lobe, where polarity meet. Where the name doesn't matter. Is this person this or is this person that? They are what they are. I am what I am. And that's for advanced of you to understand. If you know what I did there, write it in the comment. the name that you try to give this situation or this person, the caption, the definition, that's your plethora of projections onto them or onto this. But they are what they are. I am that I am, regardless. So continuing to do that will only further confuse you. And we don't want you confused, right? We want you calm and happy. But we can't do that by giving you what you think you want as you go through the process of alchemy to your brain. It is going to come from your recognition of something's essence as opposed to a belittled version that fits a stigma, a stereotype, a narrative. Temperance is here to tell you listen to your spirit. It's not being analytical right now. It's quiet. So listen to the quiet. Don't speak into existence anything you might regret, because it might be based on projections as opposed to on truth. On dogma, I'm hearing King of Pentacles. There needs to be responsibility to the spirit of things, the essence of things, what it is that shaped the dogma, the structure, as opposed to the structure itself. If you're expressing responsibility towards the structure instead of the essence of the structure, the essence will leave the structure. And then the structure will collapse. So as you hold on the structure, you're basically breaking it down. A balloon is only a balloon because of the emptiness, the oxygen, unseen space inside of it. If that oxygen, that life force, leaves it, flops or explodes. January season will, Capricorn season, January will be the solidifying of what it is that you've been doing in December. Results, tangible results. And what is it you've been doing? What is it that you've been doing, right? That will determine it. And if what it is that you've been doing is hoover over the structure in defense and ignore the essence, the structure will collapse in January. But what if you've been doing is honor the essence that created the structure? It's going to be okay. That depends on you. I don't know. many watch. Every Gemini made their own choices, right? So that depends. Ten of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Kindness and togetherness and unity brings success, brings very positive, tangible results, brings stability, continuance. It's one for all and all for one. If it's just one for all, it will break down. If it's just all for one, it will break down. One for all and all for one. These are incredible cards. Temperance, King of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. There's money here. There's financial success, gain, stability, accomplishment after hard work and faith and belief. Something that was a dream of yours is coming to life. Bear fruit. A lot of grapes in the imageries, both of the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of abundance, fertility, wisdom. Don't feed your dogs with grapes. It's not good for them. It is very good for your hair, though. Your human hair. Okay. Judgment and King of Swords. Two kings. Two kings. Some truth is going to be told, going to be expressed, and a decision is going to be made. Judgment. This is going to be a literal verbal decision, judgment. Um, it will come from above. It will be articulated by a person, could be you, could be someone else. And there will be a decision. Half the deck, Two of Cups, and the Moon. There's some kind of relationship that is under a lot of confusion or is very confusing or confused. There's something hidden about it that is going to come to light. I'm hearing something old, something blue, something borrowed, or something new. So this could be a marriage situation. This could be a married couple or a marriage agreement. It's interesting when I'm saying marriage agreement, like as opposed to maybe marriage proposal, or there is something it's very loving with the Two of Cups here. There's and the Ten of Cups. It's a lot of love. It's very genuine and true, but there's also something technical. Oh, that's not the right word. There's like an agreement. It's the contractual aspect of this marriage or of this union if it's not a marriage, but some other type of form of union, there's something very, what is the word I'm looking for? Like very, there's another layer of responsibility to it, if that makes any sense. Like there's another layer to it. That's the most I can understand from this at the moment. Um, but it's like a clear decision to bring something together. Now, this is, even if it's obviously, because that's how it is, gets manifested or tangibilized, but if it's brought upon by individuals, by people, and their actions and their words, of course, but it's very guided by spirit. It's not something mundane that people just decide, random free choice thing. This is something very almost, I don't want to say puppeteered, but kind of, it's very like the verdict comes from above. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like a very strong force and impulse that gets you or the individuals here to make that decision and bring this about, this connection, this union, this marriage, this agreement. Again, whatever applies. It's a little bit confusing. It could be a few things in one. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of positivity, like the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups and the Temperance. There's a lot of love here, a lot of sincerity, a lot of harmony. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. But the King of Swords just kind of bring it. It's like it kind of, the King of Swords kind of just drafts the agreement, make sure that all sides sign and agree. It's like it's very, it solidifies it. What is this? Show us more, please, for Gemini about this. High Priestess. There's something that is, at least for now, is very secretive about this. There's something kept secret. Out of a place of wisdom, from a place of wisdom, from a place of knowledge, from a place of responsibility. There's no malice here. There's no like, wait, what? I was like, I know I'm going to sneeze, but then a yawn came out. I was like, wait, what? That was confusing, but the sneeze came out. All is well. Anyway, oh, the High Priestess is now the bottom of the deck, the Fool, um, and the Emperor. Okay, so this is something brave and very new. It's like a new concept. It's a new way of going about things. It's very out of the box, um, transformative. It's very groundbreaking, um, mover and shaker kind of thing. It's like changing a concept of some sort, maybe expanding it so that it includes something else as well. It's very broad-minded. It's very high level spirituality. It's very like there's profound level of acceptance and um, very Christ consciousness, like very cosmic Buddha, very all encompassing. So this kind of brings me back to the beginning of the reading in a way. If in order to sustain the structure, the essence of it has to be sacrificed, then the structure will has no chance of survival. It will collapse at one point. So it's almost like, okay, let's risk quote unquote the structure and expand it somehow so that the essence inside of it has room to grow and flourish, and it doesn't rebel and needs to and find the need to burst out and blow up the balloon or leave it, lifeless. Um, it's kind of like someone threatens to leave, and you're figuring out a way to make them happy. Okay, so maybe someone is like, I'm not making enough money here, or I want to be able to do this and this for my family. So maybe like as a boss or as a CEO, you're like, okay, how can we accommodate and expand, or maybe find a way to give you more responsibility and pay you more, or like, I don't know, there's like modifying, but it's very new, it's very different. You haven't done that before for others. That's what I'm saying. And so it could be like it's very outside of the box, but it's beautiful. And there's a lot of positive cards here. There's no like, I don't think, okay, so Emperor, Five of Cups. Yeah, some people are going to have a hard time with it, but then the Death card and the Strength card and the Ten of Pentacles. So there's like, first of all, radical transformation, but also like beautiful reward to it. And this is like very communal slash family. Like it's not singular. So there's agreement, there's people coming together, there's a mutual understanding. So it's not going to break down anything. Quite the opposite. It might even give it extra wings and extra life force. The Wheel of Fortune. The only constant is change. And if we don't change, if we don't adapt, we don't survive. Stay magic, stay true, stay free. I love you.